Hey, what's up, yo? It's Noku here with a new comic haul. First, as always, I want to thank everyone who has taken their time to subscribe and watch my videos and post a comment. I appreciate your time. I have been steadily bagging and boarding comics and books. Unfortunately, I'm down to about 250 bags left before I have to order some more. If you've watched my previous videos, I've been collecting for a long time, long enough to have had to replace all of my bags in my collection twice. And, if you have been collecting a long time, you know that the clear plastic bags that you buy for normal bags that are relatively inexpensive. They're made of polyethylene or polypropylene, and they have acid in them and they degrade over time. So, you know, probably um, I changed out my bags at, probably about year 10. And then 15 years later, I had many more comics. And my wife and I, she helped me change the bags out of all my comics. If you've been hunting before, you see these old comics in bags and they start feeling sticky. That's the bag breaking down and can damage your comics. And I have been steadily trying to replace my entire collection with Mylars, which are expensive. But when I, do the calculation, the amount of time and money I spent just changing out bags and regular plastic, poly bags, makes the Mylars worthwhile. I have probably done 65 to 70% of my collection. Anything before 1980, I've already changed over to Mylar. I usually buy my Mylars in bulk directly from E. Gerber. There is a substantial discount even when you buy in bulk and account for the postage. You can actually go there and pick them up yourself, which I might do one day. But even with that, the discount is still probably greater than 50% than if you were to buy a pack of 50 My Light 2s or a pack of 50 fullbacks. And so I've been steadily replacing my bags and boards, and actually all the comics that I buy now, and I ultimately change them into new Mylars. And what keeps me behind is really all the other books that I go and hunt for. So anyway, it's time for another shipment, and because I have, like I said, about 240 bags left of Mylars. I actually donate my regular poly bags that my comics are in, if they're in good shape, to my local LCSs, just so that they can bag books they buy. These loosies that don't, that aren't in bags, or even their new books that they buy, that they sell. If they don't sell them, then they just stick them in their back issue bin, and a lot of times, they have to buy poly bags. So just some goodwill, for the LCS to help them out. So anyway, let's just get started with the book. So this comic magazine has a little heat on it. I never ever, in my wildest imagination, would have predicted that previews or comic previews, character previews, would become a thing. And Miles Morales preview, that's hundreds of dollars. You have some Marvel Ages that go for 50 to $100. DC Sampler, DC Currents, all these giveaways that they used to do. Even the Young Guns that I've shown in the most recent videos, with this first, appearance of the Young Avengers, goes for $40. And this is another thing where the Wizard magazine, a pop culture magazine that went under, what was it, in the 2000s? This is Wizard 131, which is the first appearance of the first African American Captain America that gained some heat after the Falcon and Winter Soldier Disney Plus streaming series. And this book goes for what, $20, maybe a little bit more. I can't imagine you can find this in Mint because, as most people, even myself, we would open these up and read them, and I don't even. And usually, they came bagged, and there was probably something that came with it, but I don't know what it came with. Whether it came with a small poster, trading card. Lots of things came with the bag, and I think you'd be hard pressed to find one still, in the poly bag unless it's from an overstock of a store. But this, this is probably VF. There's some cover dings in there from, reading, which could easily be pressed out. But, I found that at the 35-cent sale. I found another magazine that I'm looking for, a bag somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. So I thought I'd show that. And then, and again, I paid 35 cents for that. Probably 2 weeks ago, I went out of town for work, and I was super excited to find this book. Back in the mid-70s, 1975, 1976, and 1977, Marvel did trading cards with stickers. And I had a few, and they just recently published this collection of some of those stickers. And it just brought back nostalgia memories for me because I had a lot of these stickers myself. And, the stickers came as cards like this. They're not in card shape here. But they came with these stickers of characters with some corny sayings. And at the time, I was a young kid, and I didn't know all the characters then. I remember having this character here, Blade, which everybody knows who Blade is now, but I didn't even know who that was, and it says I'm a real cut-up.
That's funny.
That's my son, Max. Hi. I had this one. I distinctly remember in this sticker, Cyclops, I'm a sight for sore eyes. And the Daredevil one, See No Evil. I remember having Dr. Doom and Falcon. There's Dr. Doom. And then this one here, Galactus looking like he's in shorts. No, I'm not the Mad Hatter. But there's lots of, corny sayings in here of the Marvel characters. I'm sure they had a lot of fun putting these out. I remember having Killraven because I didn't know who that was, and one of my buddies up the street told me who that was. Just great nostalgias. Iron Fist, Kung Fu-y. I could go on and on. They have other trading card stickers that came out that were like panels out of the actual comics that they also put, corny sayings. I remember having this one, You Sent for a Carpenter. Just all in good fun. They had the Silver Age logos in stickers that you could get. And this is kind of cool. I don't recall these being on stickers at the time. They had the Silver Age logos, but they have also in here these icons, hit icons that are well known. Many of these John Byrne and John Buscema did, and they were used for many years. The John Byrne, Iron Man, Ant-Man, Black Widow, Vision, great looking icon.
That's cool.
She-Hulk, Hawkeye. And in the back, there's these pull-out pages that you can pull out and place the stickers on to form your own comic. And then the back of those pull-out pages of these comics are posters from Jack Kirby. Which, again, when I saw that, they only had one copy. It just came out. You can find it online for cheap. It's $12.99, and that's what they went for.
That's cool.
Thanks, Max. So when I saw that, it just brought a lot of us, I think, on this community will buy books based on cover buys or nostalgia, bringing back memories of childhood, and that definitely did it for me. So I purchased that. So let's get started with some books first. Let's start with some. Let's see. Let's do some dollar books. So I found this book when I actually got this. This was $1. Next Wave Director's Cut. It's probably VF. It has a little bit of heat. This is because of Elsa Bloodstone, her cover appearance there. Probably a $10 to $15 book. I got these simply for cover buys. They really don't go for anything. And that is Astonishing X-Men 25. I love this cover by, I believe it's Simon Bianchi. I think that's his signature. Great looking cover. It was a near mint. And then this one with the Beast is a great cover. Some more dollar bin buys. Thor number 3 with Jane Foster. I got this. I have a copy of this already, but it's Ravencroft number 1. It did have some heat initially, but that's definitely, cooled down. I really got this mainly because it has a sneak preview of Strange Academy in that. This I didn't have. This was the one part that I was missing of the Superman Returns adaptation because of the Adam Hughes cover. It was a little dirty because there was a Lucy unbagged in the back issues, but it's a nice placeholder. It might be able to be cleaned off with some what's that stuff called, Absorbasil. But it's not an expensive book. I'm hoping to find another one, but it's a placeholder, so it completed that 4-issue set for me. This Avengers Galactic Storm, at one point when the Captain Marvel movie came out, it had some heat and was going for $20. I don't think it goes for that now. I mean, you'll find it in LCSs that are still trying to sell it for $10 to $15 to $20, but it definitely doesn't go for that. I would have left it there if I had noticed the damage on it, but I didn't notice it until after I rebagged it in a poly bag, and that's this marker someone drew on the head of that lady there. Got this for $1. Avengers West Coast number 61, first cameo of the Timekeepers. That's probably only in fine condition. Got quite a few spine ticks on it. But I bought that to go along with this one, which is the first full appearance of the Timekeepers from the Loki Disney Plus series. And that's in near mint condition. That book is going for easy $20, even higher. Probably the two together I could couple and sell for a little bit more than that. I talked about these books several years ago, and they're harder and harder to find in dollar bins. But if I see them in high grade for cover price or less, probably I'd pay as much as $5. I'd buy them too. But that's that story arc in The Punisher where he has the War Machine armor given to him by S.H.I.E.L.D. and then he kind of went rogue and Iron Man has to come, make him turn it back in. But those are great Clayton Crane covers, $2.21 and then $2.22 that I both got for $1 each. So anytime I see them, I will pick them up. I bought these. For $1 each, which is more than I wanted to pay for them. And that's Superman number 1, 10-cent adventure. And the reason why I say I paid more than I wanted to, these are all in near mint. And, they got a little bit of, they're trying to do something. It's the first appearance of Sur-El, which is a Supergirl. I don't even know what it is, Sur-El Supergirl. that started to get some heat. You know, it's probably maybe a $5 to $10 book. Some days it's going for a little bit more, but it's really a dollar book, you know, in my opinion. The 35-cent sale at the store was going to occur in 2 weeks afterwards, but because these were all in pretty high grade, I did not think they would still be there in 2 weeks. So I went ahead and bought them for $1 because I'm pretty sure they would have been snatched up at $1. So, got this book here, Thor number 3, number 4, and number 5. Number 5 is the one that has some heat on it because of Loki as a female, also from the Disney Plus series. You know, this book, you know, readily goes for, in that condition, probably VF near minus. There's one spine tick right here for, you know, $20 easy. Now these right here, and I found this for $1 too. It was unbagged. Thor Annual number 18 that has the first cameo appearance as Loki as a female. You know, again, this is in high grade, but it's unbagged. Still probably goes for $15. I was happy to find this book here, which is Thor Annual number 8, which is pretty high grade comic. It was also Lucy and unbagged. And this is the first appearance of Thor versus Zeus and the first appearance of Athena, who is rumored to be in the new Thor number 4 movie, Love and Thunder, with Jane Foster. We know Jane Foster is going to be Thor in the new movie, but there's a lot of speculation about what else is going to occur in that movie. So Thor number 8 annual, that this is probably in this grade easily $20-$25 book. So if you see that, you should pick that up. You don't really see, at least I haven't seen anyone mention it in a video. Then I found this because it was in high grade, Thor number 9 annual. These are all annuals. Thor Annual number 9 and Thor Annual number 12. So I picked all those up for $1. Now, I did pick this book up at a sale over the summer, and I've been eyeing this book for some time, looking at auctions. It does go for a little bit of money. This is a pretty nice copy. This is a VF. It's a fine, outright fine, easy. Probably a 6.5 or maybe even a 7. Thor number 225. We all know this is the first appearance of Fire-Lord. I paid $60 for that book, which I was happy to pay. I mean, this book in this condition is probably easily $100 book, if not more. And I think as they continue, if Fire-Lord ends up appearing in one of the MCU movies, this will definitely go up in value. It's already starting to pick up in value. So I was really happy to find that book. Max, do you want to show some figures?
Yes, sir, yeah.
Okay. So Max has been going upstairs and bringing down some figures he wants to show. What you got there, Max?
I got the Maximum Venom figures and some and a Carnage one.
All right, let's see what you got here. Oh, yes, I love this figure here. This was a Walmart exclusive figure. It was Iron Man Venomized, which comes with
Captain America.
Oh, yes, that's right. Sorry, Captain America Venomized. Great looking figure. Comes with the shield that's been venomized. I really like this figure. He pilfered it from the closet, and I hate to admit it, I went and bought one for myself and did not open it since he took mine. But that's a great looking figure, Max. I love that figure too.
It's a little bit blue, very dark blue.
Yeah, it's dark blue. All right, what else you got there?
I got a hole.
Oh, Spider-Gwen. Yes, I think this is Spider-Gwen, Venomized Spider-Gwen, which, her first appearance was in Spider-Gwen number 24 when she became Venomized. And this was a figure that came out, I think, in 2020. I really like how her costume has a long venom tongue on it. Great looking figure. This was part of the Build-A-Figure, I think, that built Toxin. And, Max Society wanted to open them up. Even though we didn't have all the figures, we were missing Phage, which was the Chase figure, which is also one of the reasons why I parted with figures, but it's still a great figure. What else you got, Max?
Miles Morales.
Miles Morales. Oh, yeah. This was also in that series of Toxin Build-A-Figure. This is Miles Morales, carnageized. Not venomized, but the Carnage one. Great looking figure. Yeah, I always think it's funny how when they venomize or carnaged the figures, their feet get all big, like big feet. What else you have here?
I got Carnage.
And then we have Carnage. This is an awesome figure. This is probably the second Carnage figure that I can think of Marvel Legends did. And great looking figure. Very much more deadly looking than the original.
Those can pop off.
Yeah, this pops off. The tentacles, which is kind of a new thing for the Marvel Legends. They started doing, adding, extra things to it, which I'm glad, considering they're not cheap at all anymore. And it came with an extra head from the Absolute Carnage miniseries. That's an awesome. I like that. I like this hit. I think I like the original Carnage head better, but this is pretty cool too. You have any more, Max?
I have one more, which is Big Venom.
Oh yes, this is Venom, which was a solo. One of the things Marvel Legends started doing, which I'm glad they've started doing, is they started doing some of the Build-A-Figures as a standalone. So this Venom that was larger, I think, came as one of the Build-A-Figures previously, and then they started making this as a separate figure to buy at a premium price. Kind of like what they did with the Toxin. They make a Toxin that is also one figure that you can buy. So that's an awesome figure, Max. I appreciate you sharing those.
You're welcome. And a shout out to Jeff at World's Greatest Comics and Jack DeCourse.
Oh, yeah, Jeff. Jeff is the owner of World's Greatest Comics in Columbus, where Max has purchased many figures, and I have been fortunate enough to find some really nice comics there, back issues. And Jack DeCourse is a buddy of his that comes over and plays, that I like to shoot Nerf guns at. Yeah, pummel him with Nerf bullets.
And I shoot him in the butt.
Uh-huh.
On the head, on the nuts.
Anyway, thanks, Max. Thanks for sharing.
Welcome.
All right, so let's
Bye.
Bye, Max. So we're going to get back to some dollar books. I've said this before. Every time I see a high-grade Uncanny X-Men, all of the late bronze, particularly John Byrne X-Men, have just gone bonkers. But I've started to, if I see high-grade Uncanny X-Men in the low to mid 200s, particularly Jim Lee artwork, this is Alan Davis cover, I will pick it up if it's cheap enough. And this was $1. This is probably my third or fourth copy of this particular issue. First appearance of Crimson Commandos, Super Saber, and Stonewall. And I actually think one or two of these characters got killed in the X-Men. I paid $1 for that. I got this Uncanny X-Men number 600, the Oliver Copel variant cover for $1. And I got this Uncanny X-Men number 600, the Adam Hughes variant. I bought 2 of those. I wish I would have bought more because they had more, but they were $1 each, and I was like, they don't really go for anything. I probably should have bought them all. They had every variant for the most part that wasn't a ratio variant. And I went back afterwards, and all of these Uncanny X-Men were gone for $1. This is Uncanny X-Men number 306. Really nothing of significance, but the fact that it was in high grade. This was only VF. When I bought it home and rebagged it, it wasn't in high enough grade for me to put in Mylar. But it's the first time that Dazzler joins the X-Men. Still a nice looking book for $1. This is a run filler, X-Men 343, Uncanny. And then another run filler for me, 305. Nice looking road cover. And I think that's it for my dollar books. I'm going to show you some cover price books. Miles Morales 18, first appearance of the Outlaws and the Clone. The variant cover by Raza. All of these still only go for cover price. Love this issue here, the Ice Cream Man. This was before Dr. Seuss had the controversy, but the homage to The Places We'll Go. Second print of issue number 20. The first print was Cat in the Hat, and then the third print was the Lorax. Here's some Thors. Donny Cates run, number 9. Number 11. This is the fourth print of number 5. Fifth print of number 2. I like this fourth printing of number 4 with Loki on the cover. Fourth printing of number 1. Fifth printing of number 5, another cover printing that I liked. This one has a little heat because Donny Cates kind of pumped it up a little bit. Number 6. It's a wraparound cover. And so this is why I'm showing it, because I have multiple copies of this. And, it gives a full... The back of it shows Thanos holding what looks like Mjolnir with the Infinity Stones on it. So, I don't know if that really is anything. The crossover limited series and Image started off pretty hot because of things that he said. And in my opinion, it's turned out to be kind of a dud. But, so who knows? I've kind of... Donny Cates still does some great stories. His Thor and Venom run have been awesome. So we'll just have to wait and see. This is a variant cover of Greg Hildebrandt, number 9. I really like that cover. Thor number 11, the Aliens versus Predator variant. Or not the Aliens versus Predator. It's just the Aliens versus Thor cover. And then the Carnage-ized Thor number 15. I like to keep these under 30 minutes. I'm just going to show 3 more covers. These are cover buys only. Wonder Woman 772. Great Josh Middleton cover. He's really, knocking him out of the park with these covers for Wonder Woman. 772. This is 773. Beautiful cover. And then 774, which is pretty nice. I like that one probably the best. Actually, maybe even this one. This one's a beautiful cover. I bought multiple copies of that one because I really like that cover. So we'll see what time does. The Josh Middleton covers, some of them still go for some big dollars. I thought that now, and it's been like at least 4 or 5 years, that Batgirl number 23 would have cooled down a little bit, because I don't think that cover is as great as number 24. But 23 has not slowed down. That is on my alert list for eBay. I don't find it in LCSs. And every time on eBay when I try to bid for it, it goes for over $100 easy, and graded. It's a $200 book. I'm waiting to see when his next, Middleton cover B goes for something huge. But I'm going to leave it at that. We're at 30 minutes. One other comment. I really like the 80th anniversary logo for Wonder Woman. I think that was very well thought of. Cool looking logo. So there you have it. That's my haul. Appreciate you watching. Till next time. Peace.